Very much.
गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, respected faculty members, staff members, dear colleagues and friends. It is both a privilege and an honor to welcome you all to this very special occasion, the superannuation ceremony of our dearest professor, Dr. Madhurika Kabra ma'am. Ma'am, your dedication, your kindness, and the warmth of your smile have touched millions of countless patient lives and families. Your commitment to excellence has left an enduring impact on each one of us and has created a remarkable legacy in this institution and in the field of medical genetics.
नमस्कार. आज मैं अपने आप को बड़ा ही गौरवान्वित महसूस करता हूँ कि मुझे आचार्य मधुलिका काबरा मैम के सम्मान में इस समारोह का संचालन करने का अवसर प्राप्त हुआ. इस संस्थान में मेरे स्वयं के 12 साल के सफर में कई बार मैम आप मेरे लिए प्रेरणा के स्रोत. इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं सर्वप्रथम हमारे आदरणीय अतिथिगण का स्वागत करना चाहूँगा. मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर शिफाली गुलाटी मैम एवं प्रोफेसर रचना सेठ मैम को. कृपया प्रोफेसर मधुलिका मैम एवं प्रोफेसर सुशील कुमार काबरा सर का स्वागत करें. अब मैं चाहूंगा प्रोफेसर राकेश लोधा सर को कि वो डीन एग्जाम प्रोफेसर CS बाल का स्वागत करने के लिए मैं आमंत्रित करता हूँ. और बाल चिकित्सा विभाग के नए प्रमुख प्रोफेसर पंकज हरी सर का स्वागत करने के लिए मैं चाहूंगा प्रोफेसर नीरजा गुप्ता को मंच पर आकर उपस्थित. आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. इसी के चलते मैं साथ में बाल चिकित्सा विभाग के पूर्ण गणमान्य अध्यापक का भी हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं. साथ ही साथ मैं आभारी हूं अन्य विभागों के अध्यापक का, बाल चिकित्सा विभाग के सभी कर्मचारियों का, नर्सेस एवं इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित सभी श्रोताओं. बिना किसी और विलंब के मैं चाहूंगा प्रोफेसर पंकज हरी सर को आमंत्रित करता हूं इस सभा को संबोधित करने में.
Respected Dean Exam, Dr. CS Bal, Professor Madhurika Kabra, and all esteemed past faculty members of the Department of Pediatrics. We are very honored to have you here, Dr. R.H. Srivastava, Dr. P.S.N. Menon, Dr. N.K. Arora, Dr. V.P. Chaudhary, Dr. Arvind Bagga, Dr. Sushil Kabra, all the faculty, colleagues of the Institute, nursing staff, and other staff members. We have gathered here to celebrate the illustrious journey of Professor Madhulika Kabra, who is superannuating today after 32 years of meritorious service as a faculty member of the department. While we celebrate her journey in the institute, there is a sense of separation, and that leaves us a little saddened. Dr. Madhulika Kabra joined the department as the Senior Research Associate in 1992 and took over as the Chief of Genetics Unit in 2003. She had a career marked with excellence in academics, patient care, and research. The division of genetics is actually privileged, grew under her leadership for more than 2 decades, which also witnessed the initiation of DM program in medical genetics. She has been a very hardworking and an excellent clinician, empathetic towards a patient, a popular teacher, dedicated researcher. And it was under your leadership, madam, that the genetics unit secured AIIMS Center of Excellence last year. She, along with her mentor, late Dr. I.C. Verma, has contributed immensely to the growth of genetics in the country and worldwide. She became the head of department in November 2023, and as head of the department, she worked tirelessly, transparently, and with all fairness towards the colleagues and other staff members. She always lent a helping hand to all the faculty colleagues, very compassionate towards them, and these are some of our qualities that we would like to invite. Your hospitality, madam, during meetings is unbeatable, which may be very difficult to emulate. In future, your treating the department hours will result in a void that is very difficult to fill. We will constantly miss you, your affection, your hospitality, and we hope that you will continue to stay connected with us as a mentor and as a friend. As you commence on a new chapter in your life, we pray for your good health. Madam, you could count on the department for anything and everything. We wish a lot of success to you in the years to come. Please stay healthy, stay blessed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words. Now, to speak on NAM's profound achievements and contributions, may I please invite Dr. Nija Gupta ma'am, who, having worked alongside NAM for over 2 decades, and shares the closest and the deepest bond with her. Over to you, ma'am. Very good afternoon. It's my proud privilege to talk about her achievements and contributions. She has been a great mentor, friend, elder sister, everything for me. So, I've written her as an epitome of hard work, humility, and harmony, because the messages which we received for her encompass So can anyone recognize spot Madhurika madam here? So maybe after looking at the photographs with her brother, on the right and left hand side, and the photo of 10th class on the right hand side. So maybe you are able to spot. So this is her. Then she did her MBBS in MD from SNS Jaipur. I know that there are many alumni from SNS Jaipur over here. And we have always enjoyed that Rajasthani warmth since beginning till now, and we will definitely get it thereafter as well. So these are few pics of her MBBS and during her internship. Some of the pictures of her MBBS, she did her MBBS in 1984, completed her MD Pediatrics from SMS Jaipur in 1987. And then she has made several first and best to her credit. So she was MBBS final year first, gold medal in surgery and ophthalmology. She had best SR award at LHMC. Then, what could be the next best? Best partner. So we can see that they all are, both of them are made for each other. And this picture I took it from Aditi, who helped me in collecting all these pictures. Cabra, Abracadabra, you must have heard, and this is something Cabra, Cabras and Cabras, which was conducted in 2020 during COVID time by undergraduate students. So they are made for each other. So we all know this. Then, after best partner, she always had lucky to have best mentors. So this is Professor Shakuntala Saxena, ma'am's chief guide in MD Pediatrics. Then during AIIMS tenure, right from IC Verma sir, Nirvan Singh sir, Vijay Seth ma'am, Veena Kala ma'am, and Vinod Paul sir. So these are the great mentors, and we all know they are mentors for many of us. And then internationally, she was trained in Manchester, the genetic division in Billings unit, where Professor Andrew Wallace and in the clinical genetics unit, Dr. Diane Donai and Jill Smith were there, and she worked with her, and all the genetics colleagues must be aware about her. So she had those golden old days when our IC Verma sir was here, and it was a sort of transitioning phase because he was about to retire. So these are some of the pics which many of our genetic unit team will be able to recognize their faces in these pictures. And then there was a transition from when sir left, joined Gangaram Hospital. Sorry. Then ma'am took handover from Menon sir in 2003 and became the chief of division of genetics. And this is her room in old OT block. We always say in the corner of AIIMS hospital, the most underserved building is old OT block, so we are there. So this is our old OT block, and then this is our genetic team over several years. So we in our because we all know that it was established by IC Verma sir in 1966. So the focus of patient care, the focus was on patient care, which was actually achieved by means of research for those things which were not available at that point in time. So this is what has happened over years. The services which were ma'am actually sustained the existing services which were there during IC Verma's time. And then with fifth grant, DBT program support, there were physician scientists, and then it was later on strengthened by faculty recruitment. So this is our unit: cytogenetics, biochemical genetics, molecular genetics, bioinformatics, and fetal autopsy. So she nurtured the division of genetics from its infancy to the current stage. So as I said, that patient care and research were interlinked. They were not separate for us and for many of us. So here the research started with monogenic disorders mainly, followed by Down syndrome, intellectual disability, and now into some therapeutics and certain outreach programs. So this was all possible because of extramural and intramural funding and through MD and PhD work. So in her 30 years, she nurtured 29 PhDs, 29 students. Out of this, 13 were MD Pediatrics, 10 were PhDs, and 6 were DA Medical Genetics. So, as I said, that monogenic disorders were the main in which she was involved. It included cystic fibrosis, non-syndromic deafness, Rett syndrome, leukodystrophies, ectodermal dysplasia, Wilson, and many others. So you will see that how cystic fibrosis, along with Cabra sir, ranged. It was the studies were done related to magnitude of problems, diagnosis, and the mutation spectrum with the help of her student, Dr. Kapoor, Dr. Shivra. And then there was research which was done with the help of Dr. Manju Ghosh and Pawan, who is here in the audience, on deafness. It was a nice collaborative study. Then Agarwal's leukodystrophy, which is very fondly told by Dr. Verma sir always. So this work was done by Pallavi, who may be there on YouTube. Then it was followed by work on Rett syndrome, which was interdivisional work done by PhD student Dr. Rajni, who is there in the audience. And then this was also followed by glycogen storage disorder mutation spectrum, which was done by Dr. Sharma as a part of her PhD. So these are her PhD students who worked on Wilson disease, ectodermal dysplasia, nephrotic syndrome, sonica, tuberous sclerosis, organic aciduria, and mitochondrial disorder. So you see that she touched each and every organ of the body, being a geneticist. So then she was also involved in the multicentric projects, and so therefore national collaborations with across India with various clinical geneticists, Dr. Ashwin Girish, Dr. Jay Seth, Dr. Shankar, Dr. Shubha, Dr. Ratna, Dr. Seema, Dr. Sunita. And this led to further projects on mucopolysaccharidosis, which was done by Dr. Gaurav, who is here in the audience. Then another work which was impressive at that particular point in time was non-invasive prenatal diagnosis for thalassemia, which was done in collaboration with the gynae department. At that time, non-invasive screening was not that prevalent. So this was one thing which was unusual at that particular point in time. And then she worked on intellectual disability. Pankaj was her student who worked on intellectual disability. And then Dr. Thelma is here, who was a dear colleague. I came to know about her again for last 20 years. I know her because of ma'am. And this was one large family for which collaborative paper was published. So you can see that she's there in most of the part of the world. And to her credit, she has 473 publications with an HLX of 43. So it was not limited only to this research publications. She also took part in outreach and national programs. It started with sickle cell screening in Wayanad district. So we all know that now there is a sickle cell elimination program till 2047, but it was started way back during I.C. Verma sir's time. Then it was taken forward by Dr. G.P. Das sir and Madhurika ma'am. And then this was followed by newborn screening, Rashtribal's first curriculum for resource person, birth defect registry of WHO, Rajesh Mehta sir is here, ICMR, rare disease registry, and rare disease policy, which is benefiting patients from almost all the specialties. And she has been a part of various patient support. So this is the glimpse for sickle cell community outreach program in Wayanad district. And these are the collaborators of newborn screening program, right from Mumbai, Chennai, North, East, every part of India. Then this program was led by Dr. S.S. Agarwal during the time of Dr. Vasantha Swami and Dr. Roli Mathur during that time. So this now we all know that newborn screening has become very, very important. So this was all initiated way back 20 years ago. So she has several awards and honors to her credit, and these main ones include, there's a long list, Dr. AIIMS Lifetime Achievement Award of ISHG and Outstanding Scientist Award of AIIMS. And then she is a member of National Apex Committee of Ministry of Health for planning a roadmap and monitoring of activities of National Consortium for Research and Development of Therapeutics for Rare Diseases. Other recognition which were possible in her under her leadership was our center was designated as WHO Collaborating Center for Training in Clinical and Lab Genetics in Developing Countries 5 times since 2000. Center of Excellence for Rare Disorder in 2021, Training Center for DBT Week Program, and now, as I also mentioned, ICMR Coordinating Center for Excellence in 2024. So these are some glimpses of Southeast Asia region newborn birth defect surveillance program, which is an online hospital-based quality-focused newborn birth defect stillbirth surveillance program under the guidance of Dr. Neena Raina and Dr. Rajesh Mehta. And these were some of the literature which we provided with and to strengthen the national capacity for birth defect surveillance. So this led to establishment of birth defect surveillance in 109 hospitals from 7 countries. So then she also took an initiative for the rare diseases, a national initiative for rare diseases in 2017. And thereafter, ICMR Registry for Rare Disease was established. And this was simultaneously followed by National Policy for Rare Diseases, which was not there. Rare diseases were never talked about. So now, in 2017, there was first edition, and this was followed by second edition in 2021, which is now being followed. And we all know that it basically helps the patients to access the affordable healthcare to patients of rare diseases. So this is the latest achievement, which we are fortunate enough to have it in 2024. And not only the PhD scholars, students, fellows, colleagues, but she has touched many lives, including several patients, which can be seen through this slide because she's been part of many parent support groups. I think Mr. Manjeet Singh from LSDSS is also here. So she has been instrumental in establishing Rett syndrome parents support group. So there are several messages, ma'am, in a booklet which we have compiled for you from your patients and from your colleagues and friends, so which you will be able to see sooner. And this is one thank you from ORDI, which is the Organization of Rare Diseases of India, which I received yesterday. And this is one word art which was full of adjectives which we received in the messages. So this is her last birthday which we celebrated together, and I'm sure that for next so many years we will be celebrating it together always. 22nd January we will never forget. And with this word, me and my family wish you very happy, healthy, and peaceful life.
प्रोफेसर मधुलिका काबरा मैम की विरासत के इतने विचारशील और हार्दिक वंदन के लिए प्रोफेसर मिर्जा आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अब मैं मंच पे आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगा टीम एग्जामिनेशंस प्रोफेसर सीएस का कि वो इस सभा को संबोधित।
Good afternoon. Now, among the luminaries, all the times you take who grew up pediatrics. When we were student, we used to read booking height, and then I came and joined. And I thought there are hundreds of booking heights in this, and there is one department turbulent time of last 6 to 8 years of holiday. So many departments have become prominent and they were probably and then some. One department, I can assure you, one department was really steady all this time. Whether when I joined in 85 and now 2025, same, it has never gone. All the second lines, or third lines, fourth line, all are people, whether you talk to Dr. Ghai or Dr. Nirvan Singh or Dr. Srivastava, who is here, we have a lot of interaction with him. Both many of his books, chapters, all these years. We have seen pediatric department of Dr. Bhan, Dr. Menon, whom I had a lot of interaction with pediatric. I do nuclear medicine, so pediatric and nuclear medicine for a lot of close interaction. We do the kidney scans, esophageal scans, a lot of scans we do, so we have all the time interaction. Dr. Arora is famous for his phenomenal statistical knowledge. You can talk anything about statistics, you can find out 10 clues that this is basic. So you can talk to his encyclopedia. Everyone. So, and Cabra's, in my doctorate now, associate professor, but she has any problems, we call Cabra uncle. She is the associate professor in medical oncology, but if she has any problem, she will call Cabra uncle. I said, okay, I can ask someone. No, you just speak to Cabra uncle. This medicine I will take care of it. So that is what, and and we had a lot of interaction. We had some other super issue. We have all the time through the but she was very good. Once she has taken that pediatric and genetics is like part and parcel of pediatrics. Unfortunately, many medical colleges they don't have genetics departments, but Holiday Institute and the CPJ have got a full present genetics department. It's really part of the backbone of any genetics. So, and is here, is these are all of it. Anything you talk about, so big name in the institute and in the country and all. So I'm just taking the place of Dr. Srinivasan is not here. I have never prepared any talk and I'm just talking from you. So, and the incoming chief doctor also does pediatric nephrology, which is very close to my heart. So this department, all these big names around, they will never have any misguidance. All the time they're overrated. You deal with this, you call and tell. You should continue. I don't think the department will have. So they are like a source of all time. Everything they are located on this. And I wish Ma'am Cabra to time and we are in the same batch. 2 months. I will be also presenting this year. So we are all same batch. Somebody joins somebody for first of April, so goes to the next previous batch and goes to the other batch. So like that. We are all same. So the Cabras will be in our noise. And interesting, in this institute has produced many professorial couples. But we have never produced one professorial couple from the same department. And we are really good at I don't know. In my memory, whatever the last 41 years, it's my 41st year in the institute. 41 years, I've seen somebody in neurosurgery and neurology, Dr. Gopinathan was in nuclear medicine, Madam Gopinathan was in anatomy, and many other couples like that. But we have never seen in the same department and one the other one to the other. Mental symptom. So this is the nice yours. I have superb and everybody knows them, everyone laughs them. They are celebrated couples. I have never seen ma'am coming anytime shouting at anybody. I don't know. Even Dr. Cabra speaks so slow, you have to wait. What is happening? So they are very sweet companies. they approach anyone in the institute, everybody will laugh. And I think they most love the company. Most of them. And I wish you to the next endeavor. Whatever you do, institute is your home anytime, anytime. And also, it should be benefited by your presence. Then we will be in this.
आपके इस भावपूर्ण भाषण के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। और मैं साथ में आमंत्रित भी करना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर बीना कामरा मैम को, जो कि सभा में उपस्थित हैं। आगे बढ़ते हुए बाल चिकित्सा विभाग के पूर्व अध्यापक से मधुलिका मैम की से संबंधित उनके विचार एवं रोचक प्रसंग का वर्णन करने हेतु आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगा। और सर्वप्रथम मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर आर.एन. श्रीवास्तव सर को।
I remember Dr. Madhulika is a very sweet, kind, gentle person. Amazing achievements have been listed here. Truly wonderful. I didn't have much to interact with her because I lived up 2 days after the exam. I remember the whole building. Once I tried to meet her and went all the way there and lost my way, came back. Well, genetics has come a very long way, and presenting findings at a Srinagar IIT meeting about 40 years back. The part body and all, it was somewhere in the food disability part bodies. That's a long, long time back. And you really have wonderful work. And we all owe a great deal to for genetics. It's such a wonderful. Thank you very much. There should be a registry of rare physicians. Which names them.
धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर बीना कामरा मैम को।
First of all, Madhulika, my love to you. I remember Madhulika joining as a small, shy girl, coming in the department as a senior resident. And I mean, there was some very charming manners about her, very gentle to talk, always following what you said, and extremely kind to people whom we need to be kind to, that is patients. And I think she endeared herself not only to the department, to everybody whom she touched, to all patients. That's one aspect of her. But I think the more endearing aspect is how she worked hard for the discipline, which was nascent when she joined, rather nascent in India compared to what genetics was internationally. Along with her mentor, Dr. AIIMS, I think she really, really worked hard, strove hard to bring genetics to a point where it stands in India today. Genetics has touched lots of lives, saved lots of lives, created aspirations for lots of lives, and also for the department where they have created many, many tests that have reduced the cost to the public at large. The other great thing about her was her amiable nature to everybody around. I think that's something that at least I cherish immensely. She worked in our unit for a very long time, and one could make out whether she was a geneticist or a neurologist. So I think that's something that I would like to recapitulate. Also, I think the aspect of family life, how caring she was for her mother, Sushil's mother, it's something that always touched me and I appreciate. Because I have that human value also about caring for parents, and I really love that quality about her. About her professional thing, I think her publications, her talks, her stature in the field of genetics stands out, and it speaks very, very well about her. To rise up to this in one generation is a very big achievement, Madhulika. We are proud of you, and we love you so much. Nobody say that you have to use the institute, I myself. But all the same, I'm very sure people whom you have done. You helped me recently with my she came early morning, even when she was going down, to help me get admitted when I had a bout of very severe, uncontrollable diarrhea. Narendra, you are to blame. So with this, Madhulika, wish you all the best in life wherever you go. And I'm sure it will create a dent wherever you go in life because of your hard work and diligence.
बहुत धन्यवाद मैम। अब मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर एनके अरोड़ा सर को।
Namaskar, and thank you very much for being part of such a nice and affectionate gathering. And I was just reflecting, Department of Pediatrics truly represents, there is a saying, standing on the shoulders of giants and moving forward. Starting with OP Bhai, I think this department, I think this is the 4th or 5th generation of head of department. And every head of department has been a leader, what Bob was saying. And it is not only that. I think people have become not only head of the department or head of the unit by virtue of seniority. They have established a unique position for themselves nationally and globally also. I think that's the highlight. The second thing is that each one of the faculty members and the leaders in our department have nurtured the second line and third line also. I think that is one of the most important things our department, and that is why this comment that despite 50, we are now 60 years old, and the department has continued to rise, and there has never been a moment that there is either a kind of a stationary phase or a declining phase. We have grown over the years, and the primary thing is, if somebody has to learn qualities of leadership, I think pick up any faculty member from Department of Pediatrics. I think this is a great example. And coming here to Madhulika, and मेरे पास ज़्यादा कहने के लिए मैं खाली एक ही चीज़ है that both very saintly इनसे बात करके अपना परेशानी भी भूल जाते हैं. They are such wonderful people. And it is again an example that I have been associated with somewhat with the national rare disease policy making, and what kind of contribution where IC Verma left, and then the further movement and very steady improvement in the whole genetic field, clinical genetics. Madhulika led it in a very comprehensive manner, and I know she's leaving a legacy of not only physical infrastructure, but human capital and human wealth she's leaving behind. And these are not only in AIIMS, but spread all over the country. So one feels very proud ourselves that we have been part of such a. Thank you very much, and I'm sure you will contribute. We will शुरुआत करी है दोबारा. And I see Dr. Veena Kabra, Dr. Anand they continue to groom another generation of leadership even after their superannuation. I'm sure. Our best wishes. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर। मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर पीएस सर।
Thank you for the invitation. It's a little difficult to speak about my colleague, Madhurika, and Sushi. I think you cannot separate them in the department. I remember her joining the department in our unit. At that time, head by second in command of Veena Karna, with me as the junior faculty. Young, very assured, good-looking young girl who walked into our department. And she joined as a senior research associate. She started working in the department just like any other senior resident in the department. Affectionate to the core of patients, ever willing to take up responsibilities, whether clinical duties or otherwise, and also be part and parcel of the genetic unit, learning every bit of genetics under the tutelage of Dr. ICU. It has been a pleasure knowing you, working with you, all through these things. I think your arrival to the department was probably the best blessing that the genetic unit needs, probably. I still remember Professor Melban Singh telling me at the time when Dr. Verma retired that you have to take care of her and help her to rise up to the occasion, lead a union of researchers and clinicians in the field of medicine. I think that prophecy by Professor Melban Singh and the tutorship and the training that you received from Dr. Kishore Verma has taken you leaps and bounds. You have become almost equal to one of. I don't think we are going to see such generation of training, studentship, research associateships in the years to come. And we are just following their footprints. You have a sufficient number of younger colleagues, younger students, and now younger faculty here who have come from, I can see some of them have come from far and wide. They are not from Delhi alone, just to be with you today on your important day. You are not leaving AIIMS. You are part of it. You will be forever an AIIMSonian, a Pedsonian, and part of the faculty of Pediatrics. You are remembered by your students forever. So don't think that you are leaving it. You are part of it. This is a time-tested period in which all of us have to live. We all have talked. From experience, we can say that we never leave the Department of Pediatrics or what we. They will remember you, they will keep following you. Be available to them despite all your other commitments around you. I wish you and Sushil a very happy, comfortable, healthy, retired life. Retired in the way that you have not to come at exactly at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can come at your own time. But less worries of managing the administration of the department and more time to go with your committed goals in the field of genetics. You will still be mentoring students and imparting your knowledge and wisdom for generations to come. And most importantly, I hope that your services in the field of genetics, medical genetics to patients will continue for patients coming to AIIMS as well as rest of the country. I wish you line, and I look forward to seeing you more and more in academic fora in the years to come. All the best for what you do. Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर। मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा एमेरिटस प्रोफेसर अंजन बद्र सर।
Thank you and good afternoon to all. Madhulika, Sushil, Bal, Srivastav, it's been an incredible journey, Madhulika. Last 40 years I've seen you as we have gone through this path, and what you have achieved has really been incredible. So I will not really go over too many things. I'll just talk about 2 or 3 things that I think are important. So one is your role in genetics. You joined the department, the division of genetics when it was not very recent division. Robert Frost once said, that this was a path that needed to be walked. So it was a path, that was not walked off on too much. When you're leaving it now, you're leaving it like a highway, like NH44, So I can only say that you've really achieved a lot in the last 30 years, and where we are, in terms of capacity building, in terms of faculty. Lisa is there as a very good kind of colleague who will take over. A lot of scientists in the division. The skill set is so great now. So I think it's all due to you. And obviously the department working alongside you. The second thing I'd like to talk about is your endearing nature. And a very quiet kind of a dignity. And as I've worked with you as a faculty for so many years, I think that probably will stay with you for forever. You were indulgent to the residents, but you were disciplined. So both the qualities went together. You used to be looking so flexible, that then you would be firm. That you would not agree. So flexibility and firmness and indulgence and discipline, were really your hallmarks. And I think you showed that both in the division as well as the department that you led so ably. And finally, I would like to underscore the role that you and Sushil have played in the education of our residents and of your individual DM programs. There would hardly be a morning where Sushil and Madhulika will not be there at 8:15. All of us would play truant, we would not come to we have to zero, something else happened. But Sushil and Madhulika, and I think that major role that you did, and AIIMS was established for education. And subsequently it led to a DM program, in genetics and in chronology intensive care, and other DM programs in the country, at the institute. So again, I think your role in education has been really paramount. So I think the value systems that you leave behind will stay forever. And you are not leaving the institute, you're going to be involved in the day-to-day work, directly or indirectly. And I think the legacy that you're leaving behind is really good. Thank you so much for this. I'd like to welcome and congratulate Pankaj Hari, my colleague, who takes over as the department chief. It's a multifaceted department, as everybody has said, and then I think I have cut out, but I'm sure you'll meet it again.
मैं अब बुलाना चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर चौधरी आगे।
No, I don't think farewell should be given, because for departments like ours, where people are in the fabric of that whole department, how do you remove that? And so, Madhulika, honestly and truly, it's not a farewell. It's just, I mean, 14 years back, I still feel part of the department, and thank you so much for having me here and for the other programs. I think it's just an expression of love. We're getting an opportunity to share each other's affection. I think so much has been said. I just want to say a couple of things. It's love a neighbor who we bothered at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., continue to bother for our grandchildren, for a colleague in the department, and in that small 40 block where we shared offices, and spent many evenings wondering how to get the equipment fitted there, how to get our office table there. And clearly it's been a big success. I think My true impression of you came when Dr. I.C. Verma was being given a farewell, and I saw you cry in a corner. And I said, there's this person who realizes the true value of a mentor, and you prove that you can be a mentor as for the mentees today. So it's a mentee and a mentor combination, like Arvind said, and that's truly there. I'm leaving you, and I'm not leaving you. We just discussed a few weeks back about what we can do, and there's so much work that can happen with all kind of expertise. One last thing, what Dr. Arora said, they're a saintly couple, and I used to often wonder, kabhi ladai bhi karte hain. So that's something we still don't know. But really, best wishes, much love, and it's not really, I'm not going, and we never leave the department, we're all there. So, a lot of affection and love.
Thank you, ma'am, and the faculty members for those heartfelt recollections. Now we'll hear from faculty members from our department. May I please invite Dr. Shivali Pudati, ma'am, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, seniors and dear friends. Today we gather here to celebrate and honor a remarkable individual, Professor Madhulika ma'am. This month marks the end of an incredible chapter in her journey, and while we bid farewell to her for her former role, we know that her influence and legacy will remain with us forever. She has been my teacher, colleague, sister, dear friend. Ma'am joined the department as a faculty just a year before I arrived as an MD student after completed MBBS in 1994, and I joined in Unit 2 itself. And from the moment she became my every thesis co-guide, the thesis of metabolic disorders, which was very difficult to arrange that time because you have lactates in your blood test machine, but that time it was not available in India. She was not just a mentor, but became a guiding force in my life. She had a way of combining wisdom with warmth, precision, patience, and knowledge with compassion. Her ability to shape young minds and nurture future pediatricians was very important. She didn't just teach, but she inspired. She just didn't guide, but she upheld. But beyond the academic world, Madhulika ma'am's kindness and empathy knew no bounds. To her patients, she was not just a doctor, but a source of comfort and hope. She went beyond clinical care, offering reassurance and unwavering support to families in their most difficult moments. Her dedication to healing was not just professional, it was deeply personal. As my main mentor, Kalra madam told, genetics and neurology are quite intertwined, and we have been in the same unit, so we've had a very long-term association in that ways, and in the same unit, in the OPD and the wards. For me, her dedication to healing was just not professional, has been deeply personal. She has been more than a mentor, a pillar of strength, offering wisdom and unwavering support to the various challenges I've faced in my life all these years. Her presence in my journey is something I will always cherish. Madam and Sir's hospitality has been very valued and cherished and will be remembered always. Those good times when we used to have those dinners are now waxing and waning and hardly there now. We have to think Pankaj that we have to rekindle all that. And especially the hospitality in the faculty meetings, which you will have to do with the help of my batchmates across. I feel that her humanism and compassion has something to be very remembered. As she steps into a new phase of life, her formal absence of the main day-to-day functioning of the department will be deeply felt. But the beauty of a true mentor is that their influence never fades. Madhulika ma'am, your light will continue to shine in the lives you have touched, the students you have mentored, and the patients whose lives you have changed. On behalf of all of us, thanks for everything, your dedication, your kindness, and your passion for this field have left a mark that will never be erased. And your efforts have helped Pan-India and the advocacy in a big way. We wish you all the happiness, health, and fulfillment in the next chapter of your life, which will obviously include us along with you. You may be retiring, that word is there, but your legacy is eternal, and you're continuing to be part of it. As ma'am retired in 2008, and sir had retired in 1996, so we are still an extended family, right? Thank you so much.
Next, I warmly welcome Dr. Rakesh Yoga, sir, to share his thoughts.
Good afternoon. So again, we have had a strong association, I think 94 onwards, clinical work. I think all the words that have been said in terms of, I think she's a giant in our own right, and I'm assuming, apart from doing the specialty care, I guess she's always been there as a general pediatrician. Who really used to look upon, middle of night attending calls, coming over, I guess, because that was, they were there. And in a difficult situation, be it clinical or at times even trouble with patients and so on, and they were the first, you would say, first responders. And I think that has continued. And I think that's something for all of us to kind of imbibe that, the patients are always in the forefront, irrespective of the speciality. I think we need to advance those, but I think we need to look after all the children who are brought under care and achieve excellence. So, and apart from that, I think she has been a very kind person, touching our lives, including family. And I think we wish her all the best. Even in our adversity, I think she has been a very, very hardworking person. These debates about 70R, 90R, and other things, I guess they probably outside the boundaries. So I think we all need to learn a lot. And maybe invite at least some of the values, I guess, will make a difference to our own lives and also students. Very rightly said that, quite involved with the education. It's again, morning sessions or be it undergraduate education or, ensuring that the skills are imparted to the residents. I think the commitment has shown all along. And I think the association, I think it should continue in some way or the other. I guess I'm sure there would be a path for some kind of a more formal association for all of us to benefit from your expertise. And we certainly, myself and my family as well, will wish you a very healthy life and all the success and an ongoing association.
I now call upon Dr. Rajma Setwan to offer her perspective. Good afternoon to everybody. In today's modern era, we are surrounded with so much of abundance. We're really not aware of it. And we are so used to seeing you around. We really miss you, honey. We really miss you. I think that after 1 week, I don't know how many times I've spoken to your office without any reason. We really miss you. And I really cherish my association with you. I think a lot has been said, and really, what has been said. Really admire the attributes of lightness, humbleness. You've always made the person felt. And the person will be welcome, and you will give a patient hearing. So these are very not very attributes which we'll find with everybody. A very patient hearing that you give to each one who's present. And of course, morning sessions, etc., what everybody has said. And my association, not only as a SR, for many of them, many of the audience doesn't know, way back actually. Even our parents had an association. My father and my father were colleagues, and later that I realized that we were neighbors. She was just staying 2 years, I think 2 houses ahead with another house. And later, of course, the association has really grown since I joined as a resident. But thank you very much. I really cherish my association. May I please invite Dr. Ramesh Agarwal sir to share his thoughts.
Serious conversations. So, specific personality to my background. Now, it took us incident take you back, 40 years back. So, Madam did his her MD from SS Medical College. I completed mine in 94. Men's must have been somewhere 84, 85. खबर से एक साल से नहीं था men
sir both did their residency under a very legendary Dr. Shakuntala. Some of you may know her. A very, eminent pediatrician, high stature, someone who established the department, and for his pediatrics department is, has got its own eminence, like we have a department. And one of the things, I mean, she was very disciplinary, and 10 years down the line, we used to talk. Of course, madam was, very high achiever, golden girl. Huh? And when we would sit and we would discuss a lot of things about our seniors, and both the amendments were both often were very popular amongst the residents. बट जब हम बात करते थे तो ऑफ कोर्स एक्सीलेंस की बात होती थी, बट एक बात और होती थी, वो ये होती थी कि मैडम के टाइम में, डॉक्टर शकुंतला सक्सेना के टाइम में, तो आपकी वहाँ सिर्फ पढ़ाई की चीजें हो सकती है और कुछ नहीं हो सकती। बट उनकी 3 साल उनकी नोज के ऊपर में एक अफेयर फ्लरिश हुआ and when we got to know that this happened between two very unlikely people. And then that was, the excitement as well as but मैंने मैडम को क्या देखा, I have a imagination of an ideal teacher, someone who is deeply knowledgeable, someone who has got great clinical acumen, teacher in context to someone has got great clinical acumen, ability to teach, inspire, and let people understand, students understand. More than anything else, compassion. Ability to connect with the colleagues, students, patients. You can see her always sitting in the corridor. Even yesterday I saw her. And she was standing in the corridor, engaging with the patient for half an hour. Those attributes of a great teacher and ideal teacher, madam, to me, you were the ideal. You epitomized an ideal teacher. I do not consider myself old-timer. I'm very fond of the teachers of old time. I don't know whether madam belongs to the old time or not, but she definitely fits into that. Forgiveness, एक छोटा सा एक और मैम कितनी छोटी बड़ी बातों छोटी से ले जाती थी। मेरा 99 का इंटरव्यू था, DM दे रहे थे, and ma'am was one of the interviews, and department forward पूछा कि भाई हाँ congenital adrenal hyperplasia क्या होता है? These were the disorders that we didn't talk much about it. मुझे एक पुरानी बात याद आई, हमारे अमेरिका में जानते होंगे, एक डॉक्टर क्या नाम था मुझे ध्यान नहीं है, डॉक्टर पवार होते थे। उन्होंने फर्स्ट MBBS में PhD किया, एंड जब सामने एनाटॉमी के प्रोफेसर होते थे हमारे डॉक्टर M वर्मा, बड़े सेक्शंस होते थे, स्कल्स पड़े रहते थे उल्टे, और उनके हाथ में 5 फुट का एक लंबा सफाया होता, उस स्कल में दूर में डाल के फोरामेन मैग्नम में व्हाट पासेस थ्रू इट। तो डॉक्टर पवार बड़े इनोसेंटली कहते हैं सर पीस ऑफ इट, तो ही से हाँ यस ठीक है। मैंने कहा मैम CH I had my Pawar moments, it is a genetic disorder, it's a genetic disorder. So ma'am, thank you very much for being with us, inspiring us. Last 1 year was special. We could spend so much of time with us. My period as additional MS, there were a lot of challenges, and I would come to her and discuss a lot, and she would focus on how can we find solutions. There is always a way to do things. And some of the things that you said, became very guiding light for me, not only during that period, but with actors like later.
Thank you, sir, and all of the faculty members for those fond memories. Now to invite speakers for the next segment, may I request Major Ma'am to grace.
So I request Dr. Rajesh Mehta, with whom ma'am had a long association to speak. Next.
Thank you. I was actually looking for an opportunity to acknowledge the kind of work which is genetics and beyond genetics. Those are 2011. In this boardroom, we had an expert group meeting. First expert group from the region on birth defects. And the initiative in the region started with this small meeting here, which was supported by Dr. Madhulika. As we know, birth defects are genetics नहीं होते. But I must acknowledge that she has supported the big picture of population health. Birth defects presently is the third and fourth most common cause of death in newborn and child under 5 years. It has risen to third and fourth top priority globally. And it was Madhulika and the team here, the collaborating center, which helped us to do this initiative for 1 decade and more, even before the global processes had started. And WHO headquarters actually started only 2-3 years back. So thank you so much. Right from clinical genetic aspects to population health, which is being seen in pediatrics department through several leaderships here. This was a great example, and I wanted to acknowledge that from Southeast Asia Regional Office of WHO, how much support we got to actually do this initiative, which is now mainstream in overall newborn child health. And compassion, of course, patient-centeredness. Throughout our partnership from WHO with this unit here, जिस दिन OPD है वो मिस नहीं करेंगे. तो मीटिंग हमें बदलनी पड़ती थी. That if she has a clinic in the afternoon, so let us change the day and do another day for the meeting, and she would not leave her patients. So excellent, collaboration, and so much contribution she has done, not just to clinical genetics and science and research, but population health level also. Thank you so much for all your contributions.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद. मैं चाहूँगा हमारे संस्थान के उपनिदेशक प्रशासन DDA श्री करेब सिंह का स्वागत करें. डॉक्टर नीरजा गुप्ता.
मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी MS मैम डॉक्टर मैडम को ऑन द स्टेज एंड से
Good afternoon. I'm in the presence of luminaries. I know the Department of Pediatrics is one of the most eminent departments of the Institute. And I'm so proud to be here to celebrate the life of Dr. Madhulika Kabra. When we entered the Institute as residents, her name was synonymous with the Department of Genetics. It's not a department, but we used to see it as a department. She was such an institution in herself. And over the years, as I've gotten to know her somewhat more, I think her name is synonymous with dedication and commitment and hard work. Ma'am, you bring to this institution the legacy that we are proud to take forward as AIIMS New Delhi. I totally agree that the mentorship that you've provided to your juniors is remarkable. In fact, the entire Department of Pediatrics, I was just discussing with my colleague, is one department where, this is a big statement, department I'm making, but where selections are done very scrupulously, very diligently, and the ethos of the department reflects that. And I'm so thankful to the department, and I'm so thankful to ma'am for this. This troubles me when it happens, but when I think about it in hindsight, it is beautiful. The passion with which you champion the cause of your patients. The entire rare disease program has not taken off properly in any institution of the country but AIIMS New Delhi. And the reason is Dr. Madhulika. And for that, ma'am, it becomes a metanoia at times, but on the whole, we are so grateful to you. It is, when translated into help for the patients, it's immense. Thank you for all the years of service you've given. In fact, you've given your whole life to the institute. I was not here, sir, at your superannuation, and all the words that I've spoken for ma'am, I would apply to you with one more. Of the two, she stands her ground more. You are softer. I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. Meena Malhotra ma'am to come and speak and say a few words.
The entire department has come. Good afternoon and good evening to one and all. I think so much has been said. Madam has touched so many, I think millions of hearts, and she has been blessed to sort of see so many families. I think I just want to share something which you all have said, but beyond that, knowing her as a journalist in ad hoc and moving up, I have some very fond memories. And I'm sure Dr. Madhulika will remember while we did a national congress on his path. Dr. I.C. Verma, late Professor I.C. Verma, Dr. Ashok Khurana, Dr. Deka, and myself. Madam was the joint secretary. I was a so-called joint treasurer. Maybe an associate professor. You know, sitting with bigwigs, and it was a national meeting beginning in 2005 when we started preparing the meeting which happened in 2006. It was a tall order to work with such big people, but I think there's one line that I would say, I think all of you said, एक हिंदी में वर्ड होता है ठहराव. आपने बहुत सीखा, academic सीखी, compassion सीखा, और इतने बड़े लोगों के साथ जो रह के सीखा, that was really the touching point and turning point for me to learn was how to be patient, how to be calm, and yet not lose your control. I think, Madam, thank you so much for being so nice to all our patients. You've been a source of inspiration to all of us. May you have the best in life. God bless you with all the more success.
Is such a gem of a person. I always tell my husband, ऐसे भी लोग होते हैं. So like she's so calm, so sweet, simple, soft-spoken, dedicated to her work, and you really inspire me to be a better person. Man. Wish you all the best health and happiness. Thank you.
I don't know what to say. A lot has been said, and Dr. Meena, everyone has said in the senior faculty members. Ma'am, I don't know what bond I have with you when I joined the institute. Since then, I've seen a teacher, and I'm a great admirer of you. When you underwent transplant, I don't know, every day I used to go, stand outside the ward, and every day, non-stop, I prayed. I don't know what connection I have with you, and I miss you. I always saw an inspiration in you. I wanted to be like you. I tried to emulate you in some of my
calm, composed, and be very meticulous in my work and hardworking. I don't know how much I have achieved, but even if I could take a bit of your personality, I would be, truly grateful to God that I learned so much from you. And I wish you all the best beyond. I know wherever you will go, you will spread happiness with your personality and charm. Thank you very much.
Now I request PDS sir to come on the licenses.
Senior faculty members, dear friends. It's a great opportunity. And here, I was away for some meetings in some district. जैसे मैं आया तो मैंने देखा कि मीटिंग चल रही है केवल आया मैडम काबरा के बारे में सी वेरी इंस्पिरेशनल पर्सनैलिटी और जो इनका मेडिकल उसमें संस्थान में जो इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो तो बहुत ही सराहनीय है खुद है और इन्होंने ऑटिज्म पे भी काफी काम किया। मैं जब 2 दिन मैंने ज्वाइन किया तो somebody was asking कि काका से कैसे कांटेक्ट हो सकता है। she is doing autism otherwise also मैंने फिर इनका जो वो देखा उसमें विकिपीडिया पे और तो I was not knowing कि से बात करनी तो बहुत ही अच्छा है इनके बारे में वो है और ओपन लोन मीटिंग्स में मिलते थे तो सी इज एक्सपर्ट और जब फिर कोई मीटिंग होती है उसमें एक्सपर्ट एडवाइस इनका उनसे ही रहता है। जैसे WHO में भी इन्होंने काम किया बहुत जगह इनका काम किया बहुत सभी ने सराहा। दिस हिम एंड हिज फैमिली ऑल द बेस्ट। कोई भी मैडम मेरे लिए कोई हो आई एम ऑलवेज अवेलेबल।
Now I request Professor Dr. to come on.
Namaskar and good afternoon. At the onset, I felt blessed because I came in contact with her. So initially, our talks were centered around the space. I used to plead to her that I don't have a space to work. And she will also encourage me to Sujata, हमने भी छोटी जगह में शुरू किया, अपना काम शुरू करो. I think she was one of my biggest support. Rather than thinking about the space, let me focus on my work. I think this started our journey. And two interesting things, I totally agree with my earlier speakers who have said. 100% I agree with that. Two more I want to add. Number one, she's abreast with the cutting edge technology. My area is stem cells, and she came to me talking about iPSCs, like induced pluripotent stem cells. कि हम रेयर डिजीज में ये सेल लाइन लगा सकते हैं ताकि हम आगे भी रिसर्च कर सकें. So another thing is like she's so humble. She came to me in my office to talk about that project. Multiple times she will be sitting with me and designing the proposal. So I think I have learned these two things. First is that you need to look forward rather than keeping that your glass is always half empty. Always think about half full. And second is that the humbleness she had to come and interact with anybody. I was so junior and very new, but she never hesitated to come to me and discuss. I think she and all her team is like that. And I have always been felt like a part of Pediatrics of her team. So thank you so much, ma'am. As I said in the beginning, I felt blessed, but मुझे आज लग रहा है that I missed so many things. मैडम की क्वालिटी देख देख के मुझे लग रहा है that I'm nothing. Ma'am, I think I will try to learn something from you. जो आपकी इतनी सारी क्वालिटी बोली मुझे लगा that मेरे में तो कुछ भी नहीं है ये सब चीज. So I'll start with having a lot of patience like you have. Thank you so much for touching my life. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. Kelma, whom ma'am had a long association, come and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm actually very emotional, but I just have to tell you that what I am today is only because of people like Dr. Madhulika and Professor A.I.IMS Verma. Professor Menon had just left the year I joined the University of Delhi. Okay, the day I joined the University of Delhi, I came to the department unit of genetics to ask, and Dr. Menon was soon gone, and it was really the A.I.IMS Verma and Dr. Madhulika who were the ones to support genetics research using patient material. And otherwise, we could never have done biomedical genomics being in an academic institution. So extremely grateful for that. And I mean, I don't want to repeat anything. She's like really one of the best collaborators I've had in my 35 years experience. Neerja showed you a pedigree, large pedigree, which is full of boys affected in the family with intellectual disability. And you will not believe, Madhulika traveled with a PhD student of mine all the way to Chandigarh to meet the entire family, draw samples because it was physically not possible to get the entire family here. And even nicer, and the credit goes totally to her, we identified a new disease-causal gene called MID2 in that family, which went on to AIIMS, and that was the first gene to be identified in the country using the next generation sequencing technology. Patient, and that was just one story. We had several such families where she took so much of care and so much of patience to meet the family time and again and to get it going to until we saw the diagnosis. So I really missed working with her in the last years. Of course, things have changed. Next generation sequencing technology has become a very routine thing, but the initial years of support and all of the contributions are really, truly memorable, very precious, and I think that's the way academia and medical collaboration should go. I will only summarize by quoting Kalyan, where he said, you can master all theories, you can conquer all techniques, but when you touch a human soul, be a human soul. I don't think anything else will actually represent what Madhulika is. Thank you very much, Madhulika, for being there. I repeat, I'm what I'm today in biomedical genomics because of your constant support.
Ma'am has been associated with CCRF for a very long time, so I request Govinda Karya sir to be here and say a few words.
Kabra sir. I think let me start by going from my left, touching it in the soul. हम सब कहते हैं गेम्स बहुत अच्छा है अपनी कंट्री में और बाहर लोग कहते हैं गेम्स बहुत अच्छा है because of people like you. I'm sure it touched a lot of human beings and their soul, but you must have touched the soul of AIIMS also. And each one at AIIMS are touched by your goodness, your humbleness, your passion, and your commitment to help everyone. Not only faculty members, our residents, but also the hundreds and thousands of patients in lifetime. And the leader also said that अगर हर एक आदमी हम सब अच्छे हैं, but अच्छे से कोई अच्छा है, so you are one of them. Not only you, but Kabra. Both of you are, I think they're rare. This is really, really rare to find two people who are so loving and so caring to each one of us. Office of the Kabra was very close, and जब भी कोई पेशेंट दिखाना होता था, सब खुद से आते थे कि गोविंद कब देखेगा इसको. मैं जब बात करती हूँ तो एक बात करूँ तुमसे आपसे बात करूँ. So I mean, your humbleness is inspiring, and I think अच्छा बनने के लिए that humbleness is very, very important. Each one of us may be great doctors,
but to be a great human being adds to your beauty of personality and become a physician rather than a doctor. The difference between doctor and physician is only that the human touch which makes you a physician, and both nobody can pay. Doctors, you can ask for fees, but it's human nature. I think all of us are inspired by you and your achievements, the way you did yourself and your department, and also the I think Suman, my wife, also says that women is hardly enough what you say. Thank you so much.
I just call upon Dr. Ratna Puri from the Panam Hospital, who has been a great friend for the team, to say a few words.
And actually, I think the trend was set by it's the trend of being inclusive. Also, worked at AIIMS, in pediatrics, in genetics. I first met her where I trained in SGPGI because when the examiner used to come, I had to go bring the examiner from the room to the examination hall, and that's and after that, we've just been part of a big genetics community, just been part of this very big genetics community. It did not matter whether we were at AIIMS or at company. I think that's one. And the second thing, amongst all the other things that have been said, and I'm not repeating that, is a friend of mine who's working in Peds Metro here. And when she knew that I was moving into genetics, she told me about Dr. Manmohan, that's what was the next one. And she told me that there is no other person like her because she's someone who will just pick you up if you're alone and you're working and doing your duty on the night, and will take you home, will fry the puris, and will feed you those puris. And I think lots of you would be witness to that, but that was the image of Dr. Madhulika ma'am when I met her first. And that's the image that has stayed for the last 25 years for the family. So ma'am, whilst you may be retiring from AIIMS, but you would not retire from genetics, and I know that you would be a part of our family. Thank you so much for being here. This is witness for because the SMA Parent Society sent her a calendar which they made and something very special for her, requested me to give it because they couldn't read it personally. So I'll just hand it to you one day.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हमारे इस कार्यक्रम में अभी उपस्थित हुए हैं डीन एकेडमिक्स प्रोफेसर कौशिक कुमार वर्मा। मैं चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर नीरज गुप्ता को एक बार रेस्टोरेंट का स्वागत। साथ ही साथ मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगा मंच पर इस सभा को संबोधित करने के लिए प्रोफेसर।
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know what to say about the Madam Kabra and the Sushil Kabra. Of course, these are Indian. I have known them for the time that they joined the faculty, and they have been my neighbor for a long time. Till they stayed in the West campus, and then they decided to move to the other campus. But our interaction continued, and I know them as the pediatrician of my daughter. They have been looking after her from the very beginning. They and Dr. Bhagat, who is also happens to be there. And they would treat what I have seen every child like their own child. And give so much attention and care to each person, each individual. Apart from their, say, competency, the medical competency, the professional competency, the humility that they have, it has been enormous. And most of the times, my daughter, she used to play in their house. And their mother was so affectionate to her when they left that campus, she would very often ask, where Kabra uncle has gone. So has been the connect. And even now, they continue to advise her when she is now a grown-up child. She's in the United States, she's doing PhD. So that connect has remained with both of them. Then enormously contributed to the department, specialty, in all the large number of candidates. And her humility has been so much that when she comes to ask for something, just can't say no. You will start looking for as to where can I arrange it and give it to her. And this happened when they were looking for the space for the genetic unit to set it up. We suggested several sites and took them also. They were looking for the perfect place where this can be placed. And when we discussed with the director and we told them that sir, we don't have that space that they're looking for, he used to say, "दे दो इनको, जितनी चाहिए हो उससे थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही दे दो, because you know this lab is going to be spent. We don't have to plan it for now. We have to plan it for the next 20 years, or maybe 30 years. But then we said we don't have to move them out from the house. And within that apart, we suggested that why don't you go to the area where the infectious talk is coming. The suggestion also came that can we set it up in Church campus where we have a lot of space, but then we are also very insistent. We have to be close to the department and specifically with the main hospital. We took them to another center. And I was finding every time she used to come, I'm so impressed and difficulty in telling that what would I tell them now? What should we do now? So finally, then we decided, okay, take this and hope that it will become what's happening now and start. We have that recent experience that we have. So I would like to thank for the contribution that she has made in the area of patient care, teaching so many residents and students, looking after the patients, trying to establish the, it was already there, but they didn't have the, the kind of lab that they were looking for. And I'm sure that they will continue to remain connected with the department, continue to guide the faculty who are working in that area, and also guide us wherever we need the guidance in terms of administrative help, where we can help in developing the genetics and the specialty in particular. So I'd like to thank her for all that she has done and wish her all the very best in her future. And I don't know what is her plan like, but I'm sure wherever she will go, those people will be richer than what we are. Thank you.
I request Dr. Vandana to say a few words.
Good afternoon. So, farewells are very poignant occasions, and really, I mean, today it's an emotional day for all of us. Dr. Madhulika, whose presence has been like a ubiquitous phenomenon since I joined. I joined as an SR in 2001. And I think I spent maximum time in Unit 2. And of course, ma'am, Dr. Veena Kalra, ma'am was the head. And then, I feel like I've been transported to that time because I see so many of the seniors here today. Dr. Menon is here, Dr. Aruna is here, of course, Dr. Bhatia, Dr. Kalra. So it was a very, very nice department. But ma'am was like, she was like an elder sister to me, always. And for anything, for even if it's like a duty adjustment, anything, ma'am was always willing to do it. I think ma'am has even done one complete month of summer vacation for me when I got the opportunity to go to the US. And I think nobody, today, in this day, I mean, you will even feel a bit embarrassed in asking somebody because you may feel that people will refuse. But with ma'am, you never had this feeling. You knew that if you requested her for something, she would definitely try to accommodate. And the clinical acumen is par excellence. I remember as a resident, somebody known to me
very distant, but they came with a baby and the child, they had been taken everywhere. Nobody was able to give a diagnosis. Ma'am just saw, I just took the baby to mom's room. Ma'am said it is low waist syndrome. And I was like, wow, she made a diagnosis like that, spot on. And of course, after that, I have seen her clinical equipment and any syndrome, anything. I mean, for us as residents, it was like amazing. Wow, ma'am has such a deep knowledge. And of course, her benignant presence, her nature, the kind nature has been there. So ma'am, I congratulate you on a very, very successful tenure. And of course, it is something that we all aspire to achieve during our journey. And I wish you and sir all the best for your future. Thank you so much.
बहुत धन्यवाद मैम। अब हमारे विभाग के रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स एवं जेनेटिक्स उप विभाग में पढ़े हुए डीएम
Just interrupt. Dr. Seema Kapoor is to take off flight and she is one of the best friend of Madhulika ma'am. So I request Dr. Seema ma'am to please say a few words. Seema ma'am, we can't hear you. Yes. Hello. Seema ma'am, please speak up. सुन पा रहे हैं।
तुझे जिंदगी की हर विरासत मुबारक, मेरे लिए तेरा हर अल्फाज अपना एक हुक्म है। तूने छुए वाले शब्दों से छुआ है मुझे बहुत, तेरे ऐसे कर्मों को समझा है मैंने इबादत। अब क्या कहूँ जब रब ही मुझे छोड़ देते हैं, वो चीज ऐसी नहीं सबकी है इनायत। मेरी तरफ से एक छोटी सी दिल से निकली ये कविता, जिंदगी की तुझे हर चीज हो होगा।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू मैम। अब हमारे विभाग के रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स एवं जेनेटिक्स उप विभाग में पढ़े हुए डीएम विद्यार्थियों से उनके मैम के प्रति भाव एवं अनुभव को साझा करने के लिए मैं उनके प्रतिनिधियों को
Thank you, Seema. I can see you there.
मैं उनके प्रतिनिधियों को बुलाना चाहूँगा। सर्वप्रथम मैं बुलाऊंगा डॉक्टर मोनिका, पूर्व डीएम रेसिडेंट जेनेटिक्स।
Today is a bittersweet moment for us. Ma'am, you are not just a teacher to us. We have learned so many more things from you apart from genetics. I have been here for the last 5 years, but this is a very emotional moment for us. Because sitting in the long OPDs with you, we just not just learn subject, but how to interact with patients, the dedication, the kindness. All of this have left an imprint on us, ma'am. And I still remember the way you always cared for us like a mother. I was sick in COVID, and I remember you have prepared food and sent for me and took care that I was fine. Thank you so much for everything, ma'am. Your warm, unwavering support. You always made us feel heard. You are a true leader, ma'am. You always showed that composure and a calm smile is the essence of true leadership. It's all about grace, and we deeply admire these qualities in you, ma'am. We take immense pride in being your students, and we will truly miss you, ma'am. Congratulations.
अब सीनियर रेसिडेंट के प्रतिनिधि डॉक्टर पॉपुलर।
A very good afternoon to all present. On behalf of all the senior residents in the department, I congratulate you, ma'am, on the August occasion of this examination. Like Dr. Vanda ma'am said, we each have a Dr. Kabra ma'am story, where we take the patient to ma'am and you have the diagnosis at the doorstep. So I would just like to convey that we have all experienced your benevolence in each of the roles that you have undertaken. Be it as an astute pediatrician geneticist, a strong leader as the department head, a welcome host on the Holy Party, and foremost, as a caring individual who's been there for us. You've always been a welcome ear for our concerns and have been encouraging in this position for our academic endeavors. I think I speak for everyone when I say that it has been an absolute honor and an immense pleasure and privilege to be in your care.
I hope that we can enjoy your privilege, enjoy the privilege of your guidance for years to come. Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the very best as you turn on an evening.
धन्यवाद और अंत में जूनियर रेसिडेंट के प्रतिनिधि डॉक्टर शिवराज।
Hello, ma'am. So, thank you for the opportunity to allow me to speak on behalf of the students. And I'd like to say that when we join this department as fresh faces, when we are scared of what's to come, ma'am welcomes us to her room with a cookie and asks us how we are. And it's the sweet gestures like these that portray ma'am's kindness and warmth. And I feel that these two qualities are so important for a great pediatrician. And I feel that I can say with confidence that no one else except ma'am can inspire us to uphold these qualities and treat our patients as well as people around us with such kindness and warmth. Thank you so much, ma'am, and hearty wishes from all of us. We now acknowledge the genetic unit staff for their dedicated work alongside ma'am. I invite Dr. Madhumita ma'am, in charge molecular genetics lab, for her words. Good evening to all. It's extremely difficult to find the right words to capture the essence what you have meant to all of us in the genetic unit. It's been a long journey of 32 years, and I have had the honor and privilege of being with you for the longest stretch, sharing in your exceptional journey and experience I can never forget. You are the heart and soul of ma'am, you are the heart and soul of our genetic team. Your dedication, your ability to inspire and motivate us has been the key to everything we have achieved together. Your passion, your commitment to excellence and guidance have led us through some of our toughest challenges and inspired all of us to aim for the best. And the most important is the warmth that created such an environment where we all felt valued and motivated. A sense of unity that made us feel like we are all working towards something bigger than us. While much has already been said about ma'am's professional achievements, as human beings, both sir and ma'am are truly unparalleled. They are such noble souls, truly genuine and almost like messengers sent from above, devoted to serving and spreading love to everyone around them. Their selflessness, kindness, and compassion make them an inspiration to everyone who is lucky enough to know them, and we consider ourselves the lucky ones. On a professional level, you have been more than a family to me. On a personal level, standing by my side during my toughest time, something I'll never forget. Our dear ma'am and respected sir, we all wish you a very happy, blissful, and healthy life ahead. We also hope you will continue to guide us on the right path.
धन्यवाद। मधुलिका मैम इस स्वर्णिम सफर में एक महत्वपूर्ण अंग थे हमारे विभिन्न वार्ड की नर्सेस, अनुसंधान एवं तकनीकी कर्मचारी, और मैं उनमें से किसी एक प्रतिनिधि को बोलना चाहें इस मंच का आमंत्रित करना
Dr. Ji,
और कोई जो मैम के प्रति अपने भाव व्यक्त करने के लिए आमंत्रित है।
anyone from the audience would like to speak a few words? Good afternoon, ma'am. This opportunity to congratulate you, ma'am, for your study career. And the role model that we have seen in you, that you have set ahead of us, the very high standards of not only being an excellent clinician, but an angel, I think, for the Pediatric Society and to all of us. And I wish you the very, very best in life, good health, and the very best for your future career ahead and at home. We have learned a lot from you, not only in the genetics department or in the, when we consult you for any clinical, for any children, for any clinical, advice, or also the time that you spent with the genomics facility as the chair for CCRF, the way you took out time and tried your best within the limited time available to guide us to set up a genetic genomics facility, the CCRF. I think you are a role model. That's all I can say. Wish you the very best.
I request Dr. Shivram to come over the stage. Dr. Shivram has worked on cystic fibrosis, as I showed, with Dr. Madhurika and Dr. Sushil. Just briefly, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. If there are two questions, who made highest impact on my life? The answer is Dr. Madhurika and Dr. Sushil. And who is the most influenced by these two people in the audience? It's me. I'm very confident about it. So my life, 26 years of life, after I joined genetics unit, I'm 52 now. So has entirely changed because of these two people. So I'm grateful for that. And also on behalf of all the students of all the PhD students in the genetics unit and all other students, thank you, ma'am. I mean, your mentorship is unparalleled. Unparalleled. That's all. So thank you very much for all that you have done for all of us.
If any of ma'am's patients or family would like to share a few words, we invite you to come forward. Now, sir.
सम्मिलित हैं अभी बीके पॉल नीति आयोग सदस्य एवं डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पीडियाट्रिक्स के फॉर्मर एचओडी डॉक्टर मीरा गुप्ता से दरख्वास्त करूँगा कृपया करके इसका अभिवादन करें। साथ ही मैं चाहूँगा प्रोफेसर पॉल सर, कृपया आप इस मंच पर आकर शब्द अपने मैम के प्रति आपका भाव और अनुभव में
teachers, English colleagues from the Department of Pediatrics, departments, other departments of our institution. I'm very honored to be here, very pleased to be here, celebrating the moment when the journey after stellar achievements and contribution is moving to a next phase. Dr. Malvika Kar achieves excellent AIIMS as faculty at the University of Sciences, and of course in the Department of Pediatrics. She's been an adorable colleague. We have known each other in the early 90s, 80s. I think we used to shake out a few months before I learned. So it's been a long association as colleagues, as friends, extended members of the family. And it has been such a heartwarming relationship that I'm truly blessed to have. As an academic, Madam has excelled in advancing the discipline of pediatrics, in particular clinical genetics, to a level which is visible across the nation and beyond. Her division, our division, is seen as the pinnacle of clinical genetics across the country. Other centers, other people, the strong inspiration from our work. Very strong foundation laid by Dr. Siva. Was there for Dr. Kabra to build on what she delivered more than what was perhaps recycled, and then the time change and importance grew with the hard work showed. And today, genetics is at the heart of the public debate, medical advances, and so on and so forth. And we are right in the midst of that discussion, midst of that evolution of science, and so on and so forth. So very, very, let me say, the sake of the study that I had the opportunity to work with my group. It is a blessing, it is an honor, it is a privilege to be a colleague of you represent the highest qualities of art and growth. You are a physician scientist, a role model physician scientist. If you people are looking for physician scientists around here, she has determined it. And her passion and her hard work tells you what it means to be a physician scientist. A physician who also contributes actively and significantly to science. And that also the science which is embedded in the paradigm of what we call a basic clinical science is more easy to come through and make a name, but to combine that with basic science advancement and initiatives is more difficult, much more difficult. To run a great lab, needs to be able to nurture a team of that nature, clinical and science, bring it all together as physician science, and succeed immediately. And thank you for doing it at that. Call for a big applause. Keeper of the department. She provides that above all of us, more than all of us, provides a touch of protection, touch of care, touch of balance to the residents, to colleagues, to all of us. Which she has been doing from the very beginning, because innately she's such a wonderful thing.
is a role model, colleague, teacher to the students and the residents and the scholars. She represented that phase of our department more than any of us, bringing that balance between pushing science, pushing work, but at the same time being kind, affectionate, caring, giving ear, giving shoulder, and she really you led us in that. We consider you the role model of that as well. So unusual, outstanding combination of top-notch leadership, teacher, and combined with highest qualities of heart is what we learned from you. We saw you practicing. As I said, I really consider above all, and constantly keep coming back to you, that I feel it was a blessing for me to be a colleague of hers, because that meant so much to all of us, to the department, to the teams, and to the department, and to the institute. That we are fortunate, not to be fortunate, because some things happen at random. You don't plan. And having colleagues around you, the random phenomenon. We all come from it to serve society, the mission, the institute, and to have the wonderful colleagues among others. I remember seeing like Dr. Moderator is there for a blessing. It's a good luck. It's your fortune. That's what my really are. We're proud to have you. One innings is over, but the next one is you have a productive time ahead. There's a lot to be done. More recently, other people know our meeting perspective, the meeting platform, we've been working on ensuring availability of drugs for rare diseases. We have done the easy part. There are drugs that have been, they were not there till 3 years ago, not now available. Some more will come to the small molecule space, but also we are now launching her inputs inside her initiative. It has made all the difference to go the top way, which means the 7 gene therapy, and being a technologist, trying to get us all around to do so. The national mission on 7 gene therapy is so that we crack this difficult area once and put India on the global map forward, just as we've done it for vaccines, and so on and so forth. So, been working in a different space and doing such a project with you. I wish Abdullah a great future. I wish Shashi a great future. We are family, and we are ready to celebrate, to work together, and to remain connected forever. Shashi brings good wishes to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words. And now the wait is over, and it's my honor to invite a very special person. Kabra sir, you've been a constant you have said relationship goals for all of us to admire. Over to you, sir.
So friends, today is day for Madhulika. She is a golden girl. She had a golden girl. MBBS, MD, senior residency, even in Lady Harding Medical College, and subsequently so many gold medals and other things. And she is the overprotected young girl of my mother. She is, I was seeing this in our home, and this is because she has a tremendous capacity to adapt to the situation. And some of you may know, may not know, that she could adapt to the situation in our household. We were from different backgrounds, significantly value difference in our socio-cultural as well as educational background. Her father was VC3 of 3 universities, BHU, NEHU, and Rajasthan University, and she are faculty in IITs and AIIMS, while I was the first person in my family to cross the 12th class. Over 4 decades, we were together, and even she was more popular than me among the residents, nursing staff, and patients. And this is because of her adaptation to the situation. And I try to learn and see if I can achieve something, but I failed till now. This is about her. I take this opportunity to thank administration of AIIMS for giving me opportunity to work here for extended 1 year, which I finish tomorrow. And I thank Department of Pediatrics, residents, nurses, other support staff that they provided me good environment to continue my duty and get satisfaction out of it. During my duties, I might have hurt many of you or those who are not here. I apologize for any if I have done from my मन, वचन या कर्म से किसी को भी कष्ट पहुंचाया हो तो मुझे माफ करें। धन्यवाद।
मेरे महत्वपूर्ण शब्दों के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। समय आता है जिसका हम सभी को बहुत बेसब्री से इंतजार है। आदरणीय डॉक्टर मधुलिका काबरा मैम से उनके विचारों के बारे में सुना। मैम, मैं आपको बहस में आमंत्रित
Respected Dr. Val, Dr. Verma, Dr. Paul, Dr. Veena Kalra, Dr. Ali Srivastava, Dr. Arora, Dr. P.S. Menon, Dr. Batra, everybody who is here. Being with all of you today in this fabulous heartwarming function fills me with overwhelming gratitude. How beautifully organized. I would just like to thank my department for all they have done to organize this function. This day marks the end of a journey with amazing learning experiences for me. Truly blessed to have many of my mentors and seniors around today. As I get the opportunity to express my heartfelt thank you to all of you for being an integral part of this journey and the support which I have received all through. I consider myself to be blessed and fortunate for getting the opportunity for working, serve at AIIMS, and shall begin with thanking all. I was trained under Professor Shakuntala Saxena, the senior most, the strictest, and the most punctual pediatrician I've ever seen. I pay my gratitude to her for shaping my qualification. As a pediatrician, I had only heard of AIIMS and read books of Professor Uti Ghai and Professor Menon. Did not understand anything about genetics. We all used to skip those chapters. I had related medicine primarily to patient care, and I still feel that is what we are doing. Is the primary responsibility which all of us should think about. Not exposed to research at all, almost, other than my MD thesis. And I think not very ambitious also at that point. Talking of specialties, I had heard of them, and during my tenure in PG Medical College with Dr. Mali, I was exposed to hematology and I really liked it. And then when I was in Kalavati Saran Children's Hospital, I started working in pediatric nephrology with Dr. Asha Mali, and I really liked that also. But at the end of it, I was really not sure what I had to do. And when I entered AIIMS, I was really not sure what I wanted. In 1992, when I entered here as a field officer, and then on that day, I met AIIMS Srivastava because he was the officiating head on that day. And he asked me to join genetics, to my surprise and great fear. I did not know anything about it to these people. So I stepped in reluctantly, but never regretted the decision and the advice which was given to me by Professor Analyst to join this field. I would begin with my tribute to Padma Shri Professor I.C. Verma, my mentor, who introduced me to this amazing world of genetics, guided me all through. And I was thinking that actually I worked officially with him for only 3 years, but I never felt that he is not around whenever I was in need. You actually really have to be with him about a year back, and I never thought that he would not be around here to bless me when I'm retired. Thank you, sir, for the guidance and support. And what can I say about this magnificent institute? It gives you space to grow, not physical growth. Endless opportunities to learn, excel, collaborate, and a lot of freedom. I saw how much the faculty works here beyond the clinical care. I thank and congratulate each and every one who contributes to the making of Trinity of AIIMS, which is patient care, education, research, a reality. I often feel that many of the colleagues here within the department and outside the department feel that they are indispensable. And that feeling of being indispensable gives them my clinic, my patients, my class, my OPD. And though this is not true in real sense, but I think if you feel that you are indispensable for your patients, that really gives you the strength and the commitment and passion towards it. I thank all directors, deans, everyone in the administration, research section, and all of the sections of all through inculcating the sense of belonging in all of us. Additionally, the funding agencies which trusted on us and given us a lot of support for doing this. And now coming to my incredible department. I'm witness to the significant progress in the 3.5 decades. A strong foundation of department laid by Professor O.P. and it was further nurtured by subsequent activities. Professor Nirvan Singh, Professor Ranveer Singh, Professor Veena Kalra, Professor V.K. Paul. Thank you very much, sir, for joining, despite I know you have a personal problem at home. And then Dr. Devrani, Dr. Bagga, and Dr. Sushil Kabra to take these specialities at a different level. So as of now, we have 11 super specialties within the department, 7 having DN, programs under one umbrella, which is really unheard of. And each of these are excelling and working almost like a department. And above all, the cohesiveness, the togetherness, which makes the department unique. To my mind, the growth and expansion is the result of the support and guidance, but minimal interference by the HOD. And each one of us was given the freedom to work, and that has led to expansion and the height which the department stayed almost the same over the years, with some renovations now and then. Where I spent most of my time, and where I feel I was born and brought up, and learned, I think, most of the things which I know today. Take the opportunity to thank each and everyone, faculty, scientists, lab colleagues, huge number of project staff with the support of whom the unit runs even today. Do not forget the support received by the staff even after they had left in late 90s when we were trying to sustain this. Again, will not take names, I would not like to miss anyone. I learned how important it is to bridge the gap between scientists and clinicians, which in the present era is true for all. I am sure under Vinita's able and enthusiastic guidance, with the support of our present team, Madhumita, Rashmi, Pallavi, Amita, Sandeepa, all the technical and other staff, the division will grow to new heights. My best wishes and blessings to all. For patient care contribution, nursing officers and residents are very, very significant. They are the backbone of the institute, and I must admit that most of my learning is through our MBBM and PhD students. I really salute their contribution and the hard work which they do day in and day out. Do not forget the office staff in genetics and pediatrics who have been ever supportive, particularly Manju, who is called by Ramesh as Mass Samay. She has been throughout there and knows in and out of the department. We tried very hard, but we were not able to retain her in the department. Thank you very much, Manju. And then now Neeraj, and then the staff in the office is really, really helpful and supportive. I must mention the other departments with whom I got the opportunity to work very closely, particularly the IME Office Medicine Group, and thank them all for the support and course of not mention about the support received from colleagues working in genetics outside AIIMS. Dr. Shubha, Seema, Ratna, thank you for joining, Ratna and Smita, and many more. Thank you all the members of this growing group for the constant friendship and support and guidance. And we will all work together to take the cause forward. Above all, my heartfelt thanks to the patients and families who make us learn beyond science and are actually the biggest teachers. It is the pressure and the motivation which we get through them because they want to get something for their children that we work hard and harder to help these families. The rare disease policy is the result of that, and we will all work together to take this forward. On the personal front, I must say that I am alive because of the support and care I received during the most difficult times of my life by my physicians, surgeons, and all the colleagues. Thank you, Dr. Valsal, for being here. Thank you so much. All the colleagues and more work also for the support of my family members, they were last, but not the least, a loving gratitude for all my family members, all the support throughout my journey, particularly Sushil, who stood up by me in all odds. I may have forgotten to thank you inadvertently, apologies for that. And as Sushil said, in this journey, I might have hurt many who are not here and those who are present. I sincerely apologize for my behavior and seek forgiveness from each one. At the end of this mesmerizing journey of more than 2 decades, I have mixed feelings. Feel a little relaxed from getting out of the hectic schedule, though I'm sure I shall miss that too in a few days' time. But at the same time, have some anxiety and uncertainty, which is similar to as I had at the beginning of my life. Actually, getting out of the comfort zone is always. But I cherished each moment spent here, and even difficult time taught me new lessons. Feel like reliving the whole experience, rectifying according to the track changes and comments which I have marked for myself. At the end, my best wishes to all of you. Keep supporting each other, work together, enjoy what you do, celebrate small and big achievements, get out of your comfort zones, stay positive, compete more with yourself, and introspect to improve. So my daily presence ends, my belief in the capabilities and potential of each fraternity stays strong. Nothing can stop this incredible team. I shall always be available for any support I'm capable of. Thank you very much, Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious and heartfelt words. May I now request all the pediatric faculty members to please come forward and present gifts to ma'am as a token of love and appreciation. Ma'am, we are also honored to present you a very special gift, which is a coffee table book, compilation of memories and emotions shared by your colleagues and students. I now request the genetic unit scientist and staff members to please come forward.
हम सब आशा करते हैं मैम ये पढ़ी और हमारी ये छोटी सी बात आपके प्रति हमारे अपार सम्मान एवं प्रशंसा की याद आपको हमेशा देते रहे। अब हम इस कार्यक्रम के अंतिम क्षण पर आ चुके हैं और जो कि धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव है उसके लिए
everyone. So, before my vote of thanks, I just want to say one thing. We are gathered here from Officer and Kapla. They both are drawings, inspiring generations for generations to come on the pediatricians. But the biggest takeaway I think today is that simplicity and humility are the strongest human virtues, no matter how high you reach in life. So, also like now Dr. Neeta is giving me a list. So, of course, we would like to thank the AIIMS administration for helping us organize this event. The horticulture and the sanitation for the day. The various departmental activities, staff, various departments of AIIMS, various other organizations, doctors, faculty, consultants, scientists, students.
to join from other things, wherein the invitation and Mr. Anil Rana for helping me possible, and DM residents, Sharbi, Abhirami, and Shivam, and everyone who has made this event possible. So we cannot name everybody, but everyone who has made this event possible, we thank them from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
I invite Dr. Vishnu to sing a song for them. This will be followed by group performance.
So I'll sing the song. This is the Kishore Kumar number, which epitomizes the feel and all the, everybody would be feeling today. आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, तो कभी तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता ये भी जाने वाला है, हो आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, एक बार वक्त से लम्हा गिरा नहीं, आमदा सितामिनी लम्हा कहीं नहीं, थोड़ा सा हंसा के थोड़ा सा रोना था, जाने वाला है, हो आने वाला पल जाने वाला है. Sir, now you have spent your time here. You have created this melody which you all are going to study for them. Thank you so much.
एक जेनेटिक यूनिट के साथ जेनेटिक यूनिट स्टाफ एंड फेलोज एवरीबॉडी प्लीज कम डिवीजन ऑफ जेनेटिक्स प्लीज कम ओल्ड एंड न्यू ऑल विजय जी आजा everyone to please gather outside the convergence block. May I please request your attention? Requesting everyone to please gather outside convergence block for a group photograph.
थोड़ा थोड़ा फैन बोलिए थोड़ा और सारा Please request everyone to gather outside convergence block for the group. बंद कर दिया
journey at Savar She is a beloved daughter, cherished both by mother and mother. Sometimes she always wants to have time for family she found her calling for the genetics and solid territory. Foundation. Is marked by the country's
balance clinical responsibilities with her passion for genetics. Her radiant smile and approachable nature endeared her to colleagues, students, and patients alike. As she assumed leadership of the genetics unit, she fostered an environment of camaraderie and trust. We request everyone to please carry professionalism with confidence that transform the genetics unit into a closing family. Birthdays, festivals, and milestones were celebrated with enthusiasm, and Dr. Kabra's gracious hospitality was at the heart of these moments. Once she genuinely embraces simplicity in her attire, one delightful woman stands out, a photograph of Dr. Madhurika trying on a pair of stilettos, showcasing her playful and eventually son. And a very moment capture of her moving to the river. As a model, she is unparalleled, accessible, empathetic, and open to feedback. She built bridges of trust with her team, valuing their personal and professional growth. Her mentorship is as much about guidance as it is about providing emotional support. Dr. Kabra's clinical acumen and compassion have left an indelible mark on countless patients who often describe her as an angel. Her contributions as a researcher and academician are equally profound, having mentored numerous MBDA and PhD students who now carry forward her legacy. Under her stewardship, the Genetics Division gained national prominence as a hub for training and research in genetic medicine. As the head of the Department of Pediatrics, she brought a thoughtful and forward-thinking approach that helped guide the department to new levels of success. Beyond her clinical and academic roles, Dr. Kabra has been a force in shaping healthcare policy, particularly in the field of rare genetic disorders. Her involvement in various committees and expert groups has been instrumental in driving meaningful changes in healthcare delivery and research in India. What sets Dr. Kabra apart is not just her professional brilliance, but her inherent kindness, humility, and generosity. She has touched the lives of everyone she has met, leaving behind a legacy of compassion and inspiration. As we reflect on her extraordinary journey, we celebrate not only a brilliant doctor and a pioneering geneticist, but also a beautiful soul who embodies grace, strength, and empathy. On behalf of All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the thousands of lives she has touched, including her colleagues, students, patients, their families, and countless others, we wish Dr. Madhurika Kabra and Dr. S.K. Kabra a beautiful